Start. Hello, thank you for joining this video. We're going to explore the Amiplexus platform, which is something that Epic has just recently acquired for its members. I'm here together with Rudolf, who has developed the application and who runs it, who will be the expert to guide us through that. So Rudolf, how do you think that our members will be able to use this? For what purposes?
Yes, hello everybody. Thanks a lot. The Amiplexus is a visualization of cooperations within Horizon projects, or later on for more public funding projects. And the great advantage is that you can really search the topics, the technology, and the partners for any further development. Here, what you can see is the landing page of our application. It's a cloud-based, so the advantage is that you can search on your mobile phones, on your laptops, on your iPads as well. And this is a tool where you can really see the cooperations within the Europe as they are. And for the moment, it includes 14,000 running projects, signed projects of Horizon 2020.
Okay, so this is the platform. This is what people see when they log in. Okay, so the first thing they probably should click is on the cooperation network. Is that the first step we have to click on?
Look, here, just for information, the last update was done later in July. It's all the time updated together with the data set of the European Union. And you have also a user guide in case you would like to see what is possible to do with the application and what is not. Indeed, later on, you go to Cooperation Network, you increase the screen, and you immediately get a network of the top performers, as we call them in Europe. So for the moment, every node is an organization, and every line between them is a so-called edge. And in this case, they are having more than 14 projects between these two nodes. So the most important here to explain is the sliding bar, which shows the number of cooperations. So you can decrease the complexity of the network, or other way around, increase the complexity if you go to showing all cooperations between the organizations.
And so this is based on the 14,000. So what is the source of the data? What is it based on?
Yeah, it is based on really the database from European Union, which is updated also regularly, not instantly. So we may expect that every 2 or 3 months we are going to have an update of this application. Of course, you are going to profit from this update as well.
So that's fantastic. So let's take an example. You know, our member companies are mainly, we have 350 members. And 60 or 70 of those are universities, but most are companies who are involved in projects looking for partners. If I can make this a little bit, maybe before I go into something concrete, maybe you can indeed guide us a little bit what is on the left side, what are the kind of fields that could be selected, and then maybe afterwards we could go into an example. Let's assume that we had a company which was, what is hot now? Let's take oncology, you know. Maybe you can guide us on the left bars and a company that was in oncology. I'm looking for a company, an integrator for my oncology technology, inviting to a project.
Yeah, sure. Look, there are a lot of features. So one has to be a little bit, fine with the exactly as you said, the left bar. So we have this complexity bar, which we will use in a minute. Then we have the semantic search. So we can really go by words and searching any specific project or partner. And then we can also use various calls. We may use the various topics which were listed in Horizon. We may search by funding scheme and also by acronyms, and then by cooperation name, by the partner of organization, and also we can highlight some of the organizations. Then, of course, last but not least, we can play with the settings of the graph. Now, going to your search, you were asking about oncology. So I type oncology, and first I would like to see the abstracts. So I decrease the sliding bar, and I have 28 results of projects having oncology in their abstracts. The good advantage of this is that this is really holistic search. So you see all the health-related projects, but you will have also Marie Sklodowska-Curie action. You will have also some ICT related projects, which is already providing an advantage comparing to other search engines from the field. Then later on, you may be thinking about, okay, oncology, we may visualize the network. So we click on the network sheet, and you immediately see that there are clusters. So each cluster is a one funded project. And the partners, which are a little bit extracted from the cluster, those are, we call them top performers because they are involved in multiple projects. The color code shows which type of organization that is. So if you'll be looking for private companies, you would be looking at this moment for blue bars, for the blue nodes. And you see that, for example, this type of project is extremely industrially relevant because it has a multiple partners from the private sector. And you may also see which project it is. So you click on one and the other partner, and you see that it's a project, Priscar, which is from the Marie Skłodowska reaction. You see that some research organizations like Max Planck, in this case, CSIC from Spain, here the Munich University, Cambridge, so they are really in the center of the gravity of oncology research.
Okay, so I see that on that field we only typed oncology, but can I type, how does this search box work? Does it, can I just add additional words or?
Yeah, exactly. So either you use a combination of words, but then you are really searching for that particular combination of words, or you can have a comma and add something else. So for example, if you'll be looking for some photonic solution, either to detect or to treat, we may say, okay, oncology and light, and the network will get significantly simplified. And then you see that there are some projects. For example, we have one project here with Philips Medical System and Philips Electronic. And again, clicking on one and the second node, we will get the acronym of Project Inspect, which was financed by ICT.
Okay, so that's good. So once I know a project, I guess that very often our members will be looking then for contact people, but then I guess they can just go to the project website, and usually on the project website you will have the contact point. Would that be the way then to be able to contact the companies?
Indeed, that's advisable because very quickly you can navigate within any organization who is responsible for that particular project. So that's what we very often do, and then we immediately contact this person or we call them directly.
I think that one of the other ways we can do this, sometimes you do know a company, but you don't know who to contact in that company. Sometimes the big players could be known. So we already explored a little bit how to find companies, but if you have a company in mind, and let's assume, well, I don't want to pick on a specific company, so let's just look for Epic. Could you look for Epic if you find us? And so if you look for a company and you're like, who to contact, maybe you can see in which projects is that company involved, and then that will give you also some hints. So if you can then look for Epic, so yes, so we should probably then to remove all of the fields, we bring the corporations to one, and then we go into the partner search, and that's where, so now you can see that we are in 4 projects. Okay, yeah. So this would be the 4 projects, and you could go on the website of those things, and you would be able to see who are the various contact points for Epic in the various projects. So that would be one way to be able to find that. But it's also very interesting, now that I visualize it like this, and that's why you call it a visualization tool, is you're able to see what are all of the partners with whom a specific company is involved. So again, in this case, you can see all of the companies with whom Epic is working. Of course, you could type a competitor, you could type a supplier, you could type a customer, so you're also able to view those partners.
Yeah, exactly. And again, there is a next added value. You see that Epic is a really industrial consortium because most of the partners are private. In this case, it's visualized in orange. And we may go also one step further and see, okay, with whom Epic works predominantly in these European project, and there we identify some research groups. What we can do as a next step is that we write the acronyms of any project. Again, we use the EPIC example. So we say there was a PIX for all, there was a MIRFAB.
Oh yeah, so now you're going to type all of the projects in which EPIC is involved. So you're typing that into there. So what's that going to show us then?
That will show you how your partners are actually collaborating between themselves. So first, I need.
So we need to remove EPIC.
EPIC here, indeed.
Okay.
And okay, it will show you how these 4 projects are interlinked between themselves. For example, you see that there is a significant overlap between these 2 projects, and the common partners there are CEA, Fraunhofer, IMEC, and CEA. And you may also see that you work closely also with Technical University in Eindhoven. And for example, you may see that also there is a connection between these 2 projects via Valencia University. And again, you read the color codes. So these 2 projects are heavily industrially oriented, with some big players like Robert Bosch, other partners.
So indeed, you have these color schemes, and each time you can look at the top of the screen, you will be able to see what colors correspond to each. So if I forgot what the acronyms means, where can I quickly find that out?
Okay, these color codes are originating again from what all partners are filling in their Forms A for the grant agreement. And if you forget, you simply go back to the starting page and you see the description here.
Okay.
I would like to also mention one functionality which we haven't spoke yet, and that is the download feature. So we have a button here, and it exports the visualized network, and practically then can be opened in any browser, again on a mobile devices or stationary devices. And you see that you can then visualize this in your presentations or in your proposals without any problems. Of course, then without the search possibility, which you have only in the cloud-based application.
Okay, good. I would still like to remind that all this is only accessible for EPIC members, and you should not be sharing that outside of the EPIC members network. If you can go back to the search box, I would like to point out a couple of things just to remind people some tips on maybe how to find what you're looking for. Again, it's searching by the word. So if you're looking for biophotonics, you may want to start with biophotonic. Don't add the S. If you add the S, the more things you add, the less you're going to be able to see. Also, you're going to be finding, so you can try it with biophotonic, you're going to see the result over here. And then you're going to see that if you type biophotonics, you see you have 6 projects. But if you type the S, biophotonics, the more you add, the less results you're going to have. Another issue that you will be exploring is like if you would, for instance, type LiDAR. LiDAR, the laser detection for automotive, for instance. If you type LiDAR, you will, for instance, notice that you will have some results which are not relevant. And you may be wondering why, but that could be, for instance, because LiDAR is part of the word solidarity. So take into account that, the words, sometimes you'll have to add another keyword to refine your search. You are not yet, so these are any other tips and tricks on how to search for exactly what you're looking for?
Look, again, this is a semantic search, so one has to be patient, and if you are not finding with the appropriate word, you need to refine the words. It's similar to Google search. Then I have to also announce that we are working on this, and we will be searching on based on relevance. We are having some beta versions ready with the data mining and text mining, but that will be coming in the next version. And as I've been just mentioning, of course, all EPIC members can profit from the updates of this application as well.
Okay, so I think we kind of covered, you can search for the projects for the partners. Our members can always contact us. And by the way, if you happen to be watching this video and your company is not a member, you're invited to join, of course. But this application can also be purchased as a standalone from the Amiplexus. You will find all the instructions on that. Rudolf, I think before we close, is there anything else we should add or that we forgot to say?
Definitely, I would like to announce that by end of the year, we should have more data sets involved, so that the search will be really comprehensive afterwards. We are having data sets of all Eurostars, Eureka, and Live projects. And we are really looking for integration of more functionalities and more data sets so that this really becomes a business intelligence tool for innovation making decisions.
Well, that's fantastic, Rudolf. Indeed, the more companies you can put in there, the more useful the tool will be. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact Amiplexus. So with this, thank you all very much. And again, have fun. And I hope you'll make good use of this tool. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.